All right, Michael Waltrip joining me here in the traffic center. Thanks for being here.
It's awesome to be here. I know a little bit about traffic.
Yeah, I bet you do. You've
I've
been
been
stuck
operating
in it, trying to weave and negotiate through on the
my whole life.
racetracks.
But you know what I don't like? I don't like when it gets to be a melee. You get a gaggle of cars all fighting for the same space. This is very uncomfortable.
You know, funny you should mention that because we have a gaggle of vehicles all stuck in Grand Prairie now on I-20 heading over to Carrier Parkway. Now in skiing, I would call this a yard sale. Vehicles are just scattered all over the roadway. Do you use that by the
Just a massive pile up. I mean, there's just carnage everywhere. And you definitely have to avoid this area. Anything between here and there, just stay away.
Good advice.
If you are there,
approach.
Don't go north either. Doesn't get any better up there.
Yeah, I-30 isn't really much better going through all the road work. The finishing touches the HOV lane. He's right. 635 LBJ. We've got a situation where I would call it some pinching in the roadway. You ever talk about that in NASCAR?
Squeezing it down. Just tight. Really just just, you know, you want to get over. Yeah. But there's so much there, you can't.
Exactly. So with the HOV lane and left lane block, you can see the backups extend back beyond the Highway 80 interchange. You folks trying to move northbound on I-35, that hasn't been much fun. We've had an 18-wheeler that's conked out. Yeah. When you get a big object like that on a roadway, even when it clears and it's close to clearing, it's not going to improve anytime soon.
The bigger the worse in this case.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes bigger's better. Not now. We've got an 18-wheeler with an issue, and we know how cumbersome those things are and how uncomfortable that can be.
Yeah, and speaking of bigger, I feel vertically challenged when I'm talking to him. I mean, you know, I'm just so average. Thank you. That makes me feel a little bit better. Just another quick thing. Southbound on I-35 in Louisville approaching the interchange at the Sam Rayburn Tollway. Some activity on the left shoulder.
You can see right there.
Fun. Yeah. So the race, Duck Commander 500, going to be live here on Fox 4, 6:30 Saturday night. Going to be a lot of fun. You're going to be in the booth for the Xfinity Racing tomorrow night.
I can promise you, a lot of traffic.
Okay.
A lot of fast-moving vehicles.
Right.
There's going to be some incidents. We're going to have to get the traffic camera out there to show people what areas of the track to avoid.
I've got some cameras that we can bring up just to make sure that people get there safely. The great news is over there, at least it's a lot easier to get to the racetrack now than it was back in 1997 when we first started.
Right. Ingress and egress, the whole area is just virtually traffic-free getting into the Texas Motor Speedway.
Excellent. We're going to process right back to you guys.